When two people love each other.
Love! What a laugh!
Stop.
We care about each other. So.
What did you say?
We care about each other, bro. That's it.
Say it again, Craig!
I said it already.
You're gonna suffer my wrath.
Get away. You're way too close.
Benji. Don't get
Benji.
Karen.
I'm going to my room!
That was not
I'm
nice.
sorry, his teacher got really mad at him.
No, it's okay.
Are you okay?
What the fuck?
Because, like, stupid, that's dumb TikTok. It's just, I don't know, that energy, that chaotic energy, it's in him.
No, not that chaotic.
Are you kidding me?
No,
I hate
that was so weird. That was
But-
so weird.
But if you think about it, it might be, this part might be a little accurate only because they really have to.
Yeah, because he was really doing
They
magic.
really
Like,
having to siphon that magic.
facts.
Ugh.
I'm dead.
It's not natural, babes. It's not natural like
no.
it is for Bree. Okay.
That's an interesting thought. Stop.
Sorry. Okay.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Or good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome back to
Good
the Reading Black
evening.
Girls podcast. Okay, let me do that again. My energy's a little low
That was
today.
turned down.
Nope.
My energy's
I get
low.
it.
My energy's low.
Do you want it?
But hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Reading Black Girls podcast.
I love that. I love that.
Very nice.
Brava.
Good job.
Okay. So who are you, hosts? Introduce yourselves.
I'm Alex.
I'm Aziza.
And I'm Denisha. Welcome back.
And I'm Kayla.
Yeah, that's Kayla.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Kayla. Thank you.
Woo.
Oh my.
You're
What
welcome.
an intro.
Anytime. Let's
Right.
get into it.
Well, today, I don't want to say that Aziz has been waiting on this day her whole life, but she has. So, Aziza, take it away.
It's
Baby
all you
on.
girls.
Today we are discussing the Legendborn. This book.
Y'all see this hoe got
book.
sticky notes in her shit. Very serious.
I know. It's not that many, but it's more than I remembered. But yes,
You have to
today
annotate.
we are discussing Tracy Deonn's Legendborn. This book is phenomenal. It's everything. Let me give y'all a little quick synopsis, okay? This book is a YA fantasy about a girl who tries to uncover the problematic death of her mother by infiltrating a secret organization based on the King Arthur legend. Now, if any of those words piqued your interest, perfect. This is the book for you. If none of them did, I advise you to think back on some of your choices and preferences because this is still the book for you. Okay? Now, before we get into it, if you haven't read this and you don't want spoilers, get out of here. Go.
Go read the book.
The
and
rest of
come
y'all,
back.
Goodbye.
okay. The rest of y'all, who are still with
Pause
us,
it, come back.
Yeah.
Come back when you finish
the
the
rest
book.
of y'all, stay tuned because we're about to get into it. First, some trigger warnings: death, murder, violence, and racism / microaggressions. That's a little bit of what we'll be dealing with, but let's jump into it. I'm so excited.
Can I just say, Aziza, what you read this last year, right?
Yes. Yeah, last year.
Aziza, Alex too. They have been.
I read it
telling us to
first
read
and I
this book.
convinced Aziza to read it
Oh,
because I
right.
knew this
Alex
was
is
right
the one
up her
who
alley.
told me.
Oh,
Not this
Alex
origin
told
story.
me.
I think I
about
read it like
Oh.
early last year in the summer, like like maybe
Mhm.
like May, June 2021. And
Yeah.
literally like that whole summer I was trying to get Aziza to read it, and she read it like in August of 2021.
I did.
And
I
yeah,
did.
and we've been trying to get these little girls over here to read Legendborn since.
I'm gonna be honest. Anytime they say, Kayla, read this YA book, I'm kicking and screaming. I don't want to read it.
That
I'm
part.
an adult. I'm grown. Give me the grown books. But let me tell you,
This YA though,
I didn't want to listen.
I'm
They were
this
right.
this
They
is
were
a
right.
different type of YA.
They were
like this
right.
is the
Yeah.
YA
A
that
very-
everybody can really read.
Absolutely.
This is
Yeah.
this is very true because honestly, we all know we have all read the Twilight series when we were teenagers. I read all of Harry
Yep.
Potter. I was like, can I really get back
Hunger
to
Games.
my old
Mhm.
self? And yes,
Yes.
it was very easy.
Very
I've been
easy.
living here and I can't wait to continue.
Can I just
so good.
say, it was so good. I would just listen again. Listen, it was so good. I was eating it up, eating it up.
Yeah.
No crumbs. It was gone.
Really,
Okay.
you were
So,
reading this
in like
every
2-3
night,
days.
right? But you
Every
was
night. I was
reading
up
it
until
late.
3 a.m. Yes, I was up until 3 a.m. going in the lab, all tired.
Right. I'm
Damn,
like,
how I'ma get
let's
these
not
experiments
let's
done?
not front. We all work. And we were
That
still
part.
But I'm gonna
reading
be
this,
honest.
fitting it in.
Finishing this was way more important than school has ever been to me.
Absolutely.
Way
right.
more important.
Absolutely. I just am mad that I
wholeheartedly
had to
agree.
really threaten you. I had to physically threaten Kayla
Yeah.
Yeah,
on
she
multiple
first,
occasions,
like,
actually.
bodily harm.
Yeah.
Called me,
To-
FaceTime me. Are you reading the book? Yeah, girl, I'm on page 1.
And she wouldn't be.
And
No,
was.
she would. Right. She would be sitting there not doing anything, had the book next to her for vibes, but not actually reading it. Whatever. Okay. So we
Not for
made it.
vibes.
We made it through, and they finally grasped just how excellent this book is. So Alex started us off with like a really good question. Team Nick or Team Cell? And honestly, I don't know how to answer that because it automatically took me back to Team Jacob or Team
Uh-huh.
Edward.
It's low-key
That's what it
kinda
took me back
giving me
to.
that.
It's giving that.
But I knowing
is
what
it?
I know, knowing
I know,
what
yeah.
I know.
Reading the book, figuring it out, and having like your own thoughts about it once you finish reading it. Who was it? Nick or Selwyn?
Okay,
Like if
if
it was
you
Bree,
can't-
who is picking?
if you can't answer, I can.
It was Sal.
It was Cell, and it's always
It-
gonna be him. They're destined. Are you kidding
Oh
my
my
Their
god.
moms,
It was
their
Okay, but-
moms were
yeah.
besties.
It low key
Yeah.
is destiny.
It's
It kind of is
destined.
destiny.
Yeah.
It's
But y'all know
First
I
of all,
love
But I love
Electric
the
Nick
lovers as
though.
well. I love Nick, but Nick was just
Yeah.
giving. It's just too.
He's safe.
Okay, wait. So I
It's
had
too
like,
conventional, too easy.
but
First
did
of
y'all
all, it's
ever
not
read?
even allowed.
Y'all read the Mortal
That part.
Instruments, right?
no.
The what?
The Mortal Instruments by Cassandra Clare.
No.
Like
Mm-mm.
No,
Aziza,
we
you
haven't
never
allowed-
did.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he.
We
Okay,
gotta
so
put this
Nick
on the
was
list.
giving me very much. I don't know what his name is. It'll come to me soon. But then also Selwyn was giving me the guy from Star Wars, like the newest one.
Vibes.
I don't know who you're talking about.
What is
I need to-
what you mean the series
You
on
need
like
to show
Disney? Disney Plus?
a picture.
No.
Like the newest movies.
Well,
I forget.
honestly, I will say
Give me a
the either Nick or Cell kind of almost gave me vampire what is it?
That was giving you
Vampire
vampire?
Diaries. It was giving me Vampire
It was
Diaries.
giving
because
you.
what's his
It
face?
was
It's like
Stefan versus
Stefan
Damon.
and- yes.
It was Damon.
Damon.
Very much
And
Stefan versus
always
Damon. low-key.
Damon.
I like that
And
one.
it's always
That was
Team
good.
Damon. It's
It's
always Team
always-
Damon.
Because Nick, okay, hold on. So
Once
firstly,
you- yeah.
if you see Cell I'll get back to Nick in a second. Cell, when she first saw him at that little party on the ridge,
This is literally chapter 1.
literally chapter
Yeah.
1, I texted them and I said, electricity.
Oh yeah.
What? And you're telling me that you didn't put 2 and 2 together. This is supposed to be yo little boo thing, yo lover. When you first saw him,
No.
you didn't even know that man, and you said, "Oh, what was that? That was electric. That was electric."
That
But
was
that was
after
your
Bree.
powers.
Right.
give
There
a-
was
I don't give.
there was too much other stuff
was-
going on for
Yeah.
her to know.
Yeah.
that
Whatever.
who she should
All
be
I'm
with.
saying is that right there would have stayed right here at the front of my brain for the rest of forever. I probably would have even seen Nick after that, but that's me. So Bree,
Yeah.
we know, is
Well,
a little
it's
bit
kind of-
more.
It's hard for her to develop feelings for Cell when he
Yes,
was
she's
constantly
guarded.
threatening her life.
But you know, Niche loves the enemy to lovers. Like
I love
she loves
that.
like they just beef on sight. Like and then eventually it
Yeah,
grows.
because he
into
was like,
something
"Look
more. So
here,
that-
bitch. I know
Right.
you're a demon. I know you're
Oh,
a
is
fucking
he
demon."
off
He ran
rip.
up on her so
that what
many
he said?
times.
He
So
said
He
many
he
ran
feel
up
times.
on
you.
her like instigating shit.
And
Yeah.
tested her. Okay. The second
then
try,
Cornered
literally-
he
her.
was like, "Yeah, I'm about to find out if you real or not. Make me
Mhm.
stop."
And she
Tell
said,
the
and
demon
that's
to stop.
fine.
She
Because I
said,
know
"But I
who you
can't."
are.
She
She
never
said,
backed
"Cell,
down to
stop
me.
playing around. Like I'm not a demon. Call them off."
She said,
It's
if
like,
anything,
no, you called them off.
But then she was like,
Can you
"Girl, I don't even know what I am, but I don't
That's
think I'm a
true.
demon."
She was like, "I'm pretty sure I'm not a demon, but I'm not
But
one of them.
the fact that
I'm not
he
regular."
is like part when she figured that
Okay,
out,
but he's
I was
Wait,
screaming.
yeah, when she
But the
when
fact
she
that
figured out he
all
was part
Merlins are
demon.
mixed with like sex demons,
Yeah.
like
But
they were like,
only
you know,
a little
every
bit.
Merlin has like
Only-
this sexual charge, like because
Yeah,
there's part succubus. Like, what the fuck was all that?
It was such a
Every-
small part. It doesn't even really count though. But it's what makes them sexy.
Yeah.
I
be
think
honest,
that's what
though.
makes them irresistible, but it doesn't give
I
them
kept
like
picturing-
this sex drive.
I kept picturing him. Remember his name, Adam Driver. Does that
Driver?
That's not
Google
ringing
him.
a bell.
Look him up.
It's not ringing a
This
bell,
better
he
not
kept
be
babe.
who
reminding
I
me of
think
just
it
a
is.
tall, dark-haired kind of emo.
I could not assign a person to Cell. Couldn't do it.
I don't know, Alex. He's
He
not
was giving
sexy
me that. That's why I
though.
was like,
Are
Cell
you
wasn't that
crazy,
sexy to
Alex?
me.
No,
What's that boy
I
name?
just looked up who that Adam Driver. Let me tell you right now, Niche, that's not
That's
who
who I kept
Cell
thinking.
is. You
He wasn't that sexy
you
to me.
you, first of all,
to me.
you owe Cell an apology for one.
Okay, I love
You
Cell's
wait,
attitude. I love his background. Like I love all the energy that he has. But he wasn't necessarily hot to me. Nick was always hot. Like I got weak in the knees reading about her
Nick
dealing with him.
was.
But y'all know
Nick
I
was
love
definitely hot.
friends to lovers as
Charming.
well.
Nick was giving me Abercrombie hot, and Cell was giving me
Like
Hot Tough
08
hot.
Abercrombie.
They're both hot, but they're two different
Types.
types,
types
yeah.
of
Yeah.
hot, you
Nick
know?
was giving
And
me
so,
young Chad Michael Murray.
yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that,
I can
now
see
that's
that.
a
That's
good one.
accurate.
Run
That's
Hill.
accurate.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about longer haired Ian summer handle like for
That's
Cell?
Yeah.
hot.
Okay,
Pretty
that's-
much.
Hot.
Yeah, right.
Yep, there you
Yeah,
go.
pretty
that's
much.
good. That's good.
There you go. Yeah,
Okay.
because
Okay.
Adam
Two
Driver,
fine-
that was
We got two
accurate.
fine men.
Yeah.
Right, they both
Mhm.
are.
Okay. Bree got a big decision to make. I don't know how she gonna
First
do
of
it.
all, that wasn't no.
It's not
she
even the
doesn't,
basis. First off,
because
this isn't even the
Nick
basis
is
of the story,
gone.
but
Yeah.
But this is what
Yeah.
we're focusing on for right now.
Because
First of all,
it was
Nick is
just-
gone.
This was important
He's
though.
been kidnapped.
Now, mind you,
and
Tracy
they
didn't even
can't get
like
together.
center the book like a love triangle. It's very
Mhm.
subtle.
It
But
really,
we
like,
needed to talk about it. We
Yeah.
needed to talk about it.
it's
We
like
need to
the
talk
beef
It's
throughout,
an easy
almost
decision.
between the two of them.
It's
And
not
it's
an
even
easy
funnier
decision, though.
because Cell
Yes,
is
it
like,
is because she can't be
sworn
with
to him.
Nick. You know why? Two scions can't be bonded to
Yeah.
each other, Kayla. You know that.
Oh,
So she
girl,
can't
I
be
don't
with
And
I
Nick.
even
forgot about that.
Lancelot.
So this is an
I
easy
sure did forget about that.
this is
Kayla
easy-
said,
Forgot
That
about
that don't matter.
Because I was
not
like,
matter.
why are you
She
making
lo-
it seem like it's a
Hashtag
discussion?
love wins.
But you know,
She loves Cell. That's who she
She
loves.
loves Nick. She actually loves Nick.
She
I think she
can't
loves
be
both
with
of
Nick,
them.
so it really
She loves
doesn't
reverse
matter.
harem.
Well, let's be
I
honest.
think
She didn't
both.
even know she was a descendant of
What,
Arthur.
Alex?
So
I
before
said she picked both. Both
two
of 'em.
boyfriends, might as well.
She can have both
Both
of
of them.
They
Because Cell and Nick still have their bond. Like
Right.
they're
True.
still like connected.
yeah.
Cell can't
that's
have an
true.
oath with Bree while having an oath with Nick.
I want
Bree
him to
like
get
both of
out of
them.
his oath with.
But I
but
feel
if-
like his oath to Nick is at this point null and void because that was him as his king, and he's not even the king. So essentially, you can go ahead and transfer that oath right over to Bree.
that's
Slide it
what
over.
I'm saying.
Because
That's
she is
what
your
I'm saying.
queen, king, and all of the
But if the
above.
oath has been made, if the bond has been made, can it be broken even though like we know he's not the actual descendant of Arthur?
But
We don't know.
It was a false
Those
premise.
are questions for
But
blood
score three.
marked.
Tracy,
because-
Tracy, we
need
have
to
some
know.
questions.
I
Tracy, we
know.
gotta know.
right. But moving away from Nick and Sel because they were both solid characters.
Mhm.
Alice was another really great character. She was a great
I
friend.
loved her. She was a
Great
great friend.
Great
I
friend.
know
really
Bree
just
was
had
beefing with
Bree's
her in the
best
beginning.
interest.
Yeah, she was like,
Yeah.
I don't know why Alice all up in my business. I'm like, girl, she was your best friend since y'all was like 10. Of course, she's about to be
Hello.
in your business.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right.
And everything that Alice did was literally out of genuine concern.
Yeah.
It wasn't
She's like, I'm so
malice, it
sorry I
wasn't
had to
like,
call
you
your
know.
dad. I'm so sorry, but you
She
was
kept
acting real
calling her
crazy.
daddy on her. I'm sorry, that was funny.
But if
She
you
was like,
kept
calling
seeing
her daddy.
your
scared me.
friend coming like 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, beat
Looking
up.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm calling all y'all mamas.
I'm right.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
calling
acting weird.
your daddy too.
Mhm.
It's just she was a good
Dad.
friend. She especially
was.
considering everything that Bree was keeping from her. Like I was trying to think of it from both points of views. Obviously, Alice is like something's going on with Bree.
Yeah.
She's not acting like herself versus Bree being like, "Oh, well, I'm trying to keep you safe," but also, you know, dealing with all her other stuff. So I really enjoyed seeing their relationship play out. And I liked Bree's decision in the end to tell Alice what was going on. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throughout the
She was
whole
with
time
it.
she
Thank
was
you for
learning about
trusting-
Legendborn, she was like, "Ooh,
Exactly.
Alice would have ate this up. She would have loved to be in
Right.
the library
did.
learning all this
And
shit."
did.
I was
And did.
like, thank you for
Because she was
trusting your
letting them know.
friend.
Letting the pages
Facts.
know, look, okay, I know things.
Mhm.
We were like,
I wish Bree
Don't worry
had
about
her
it.
like throughout like the rights or whatever
Yeah.
like
Mm.
things she had to do, because Alice would have really been like her ace. She is her ace boon coon, and she was gonna be like, "Girl, you got this."
Period.
Period.
What if
But
Alice becomes her squire?
she
What
should.
if she becomes a page?
She should.
No.
I bet
No.
you
don't
Alice
see
could
it?
fuck up. She could fuck up some
That'd
shit.
No.
be fun.
It would be fun, but I don't think that's the path in life that Alice wants. And
Alice
that's
should
the
low
only
key
thing.
squire for William.
William already has it. His squire was killed.
It was
His
witty.
squire
There
was
were
killed.
there were quite a few deaths.
Oh
towards
my
the end of
gosh.
this book.
Yeah.
I was like,
Reading it
damn.
the second time, I completely forgot. Like it was 3, 4 deaths if we count Evan.
Mm-hmm.
It was when she was in the cave
Yeah.
and she was like in the cave with Evan after Fitz died.
Girl.
Crazy.
And when she was
And they're like
piecing
walking away.
things
And then she
together,
was like, "Bitch, I don't
Yes.
hear his footsteps."
I don't hear his footsteps.
That I screamed.
Oh my gosh.
screamed.
I literally was like, not him being the mole.
And she
The
was trying so
spy.
hard to keep it together. She was like, I really,
really
hope
was.
he does
And then
I
her
really
voice
hope
squeaked.
he does
She was like,
not.
"Nothing's wrong."
And he said, you know,
And
you're
then
too
gave herself
smart
away
for
in
your
that
own good.
moment.
Yeah. He like, you
Yeah.
is too damn smart. You just too damn
And it's
smart.
the fact that Sel was right just about the wrong person. And that
Yeah.
cost him like all his credibility. And I'm like, come on
Right.
now. Like,
I'm sorry. Everybody
he-
was hating on Cell the entire, like literally.
They were like, bro,
because
chill
he was
the
acting
fuck out.
insane.
I
was
know, but he
acting
was holding it
insane,
down as
that's
the
why.
Merlin. They put too much responsibility on the Merlin. Like he was just a kid for real, but he was like on some Magnus Bane shit from like Mortal Instruments. He was the one holding it down. Everybody got some issue. They like, there's so many gates. Well, it looks like Selwyn has to go ahead and close them all. Like, damn.
They're like,
You gonna
were
have
a
him-
prodigy.
Yeah.
You were a prodigy. I don't understand why you can't do your job.
He said,
It's
you want to
like-
be fired, replaced? Because we can
Oh,
find
He just had a
someone
lot.
else.
It was
Like,
just a lot of pressure on my
relax.
good friend Sel. It was
Yeah.
a lot of
And
pressure
it's-
on him.
It's
I
the
liked
fact that him
how-
being fired would result in him. It's not just like, oh, I lost my job. It's,
Mhm.
oh, I lost my purpose in life.
Yeah.
and I'm probably
Right.
going to be sent to prison. Like,
Yeah, get locked
he
up.
was dealing with a lot, right? And always the threat of his blood overtaking him. It was a lot going on.
Which that's
Just-
really cap. I really like the whole organization of the Legendborn. Like they really created so many rules and like made up all these lies just to keep everybody in line.
Because
Yeah.
that little power was never supposed to be theirs. Colonizers.
And not Nara Negro was there.
Like, how
Yeah.
y'all colonizing magic?
Magic.
Like that to me, the whole honestly, that origin story and like when she was able to go back and see
into
her
the memories.
ancestors
Oh,
and
those
memories and
walk-
all of that,
walk
like
those
that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
my heart.
And
wait, can we just-
Patricia's ancestors.
Can we just talk
Mhm.
start like when Patricia first was like, I know about your mom and I know about you. And she was like, hold on. What? My mom was what? My mom was a chemist. What are you
Right.
talking about? And she was like,
Said
"Ooh,
she worked with plants.
your mom didn't tell you?
She
Mm.
literally was like,
no.
he didn't tell you anything.
And
Just
didn't.
You sure?
Right. And then she's like, let's pause our session for today. Like, no.
Like, what?
No.
I got
You need to
questions.
tell
Say
me
what
what the
you
fuck
was
is
gonna
going on.
say. Say what you was gonna say.
Right.
On some
give
real
me
stuff.
some more
Yeah.
info.
I was
That
just so
was-
glad she had her though. Like, I was like, oh, thank God she has somebody else who is part of kind of the same, I don't know,
Mhm.
That
the
was
culture,
lit.
honestly, because at that point she would had been like the only black girl within all of these like wizards and all of that
Yeah.
other stuff, the knights and everything. And she's like, there's no way that all this magic is just around me and nobody else knows. Like,
Right. She was really tripping. But then when she told Patricia,
Yeah.
she was like, that's Mage Flame. She was like, who the fuck
She said
told you
ma-
that?
she's
Who
like,
said
what?
that?
Said what? Ether. Huh? Where'd you learn that?
She was like, we don't use that word.
like,
I said,
It's
ooh.
root.
It's
I was like,
root.
ooh, it's root, period.
right.
I said, ooh,
So
Bree,
that
got to
was-
get up out of there.
So Bree learned she could do root work.
Oh,
Mhm.
that
With,
night. It
with
was like
magic,
after like
magical
one of the
flame
first
flame.
trials and she's in the shower and she just like combusts. I
Her
screamed.
skin.
I'm like, like imagine you're literally like you're heated up, like you bricked up right now, like you real mad. So like stuff is just, you feel it on the inside. Like from jump, like the first page, she's talking about after Bree and
Mhm.
like the just that was like, that's Arthur, like that's her power, like that was all that trying to like break out. But like just imagine you're like alone and you just have some fucking like not flames but magical flames pop out and you like, well shit, I can't tell nobody.
Well, I felt really
Yeah.
bad for her because all this she's trying to figure out, put two and two together about
It
herself,
was a lot. She had a
family,
lot of unknowns.
about Legendborn, but she can't like really tell like the full truth, the whole
Yeah,
truth.
she
to
couldn't tell
anybody.
nobody the full truth. I love at the end now she was like, girl, I gotta tell some people because we gotta work it out as a group.
Yeah.
She said, I can't do
And
this
thank
on my
goodness
own.
she did.
Yeah. I
Mm.
just remembered when Bree met Nick for the first time when he was like outside waiting for her. And he was
Outside her
like,
class.
When he chased
"Hey,
her down.
Brianna."
Yeah, like a crazy person. Because she
Okay.
was dodging him. She was dodging the fuck out of him. I don't need no fucking babysitter. All I did was go to the query for a cool minute. I just happened to get caught up.
Right.
Now I gotta have a babysitter. She was dodging the fuck out of him. He was just like, hey girl.
He was cute.
There
The
you
minute he
are.
started, like
I look for
touching her
you
hand.
everywhere.
Yeah, that was cute.
The first time we read this, Aziza called me right after the scene on the corner on the street when they was like after the second trial. It was the morning
Wait,
after.
you mean when the morning after when they came
Yeah,
out
when they was
and
walking back.
halfway?
And they was in the quad.
Yes.
Aziza called me and was like, bitch, you didn't tell me I was gonna be weak in the knees like this. Like it
I
was
was
weak in the knees.
blushing reading this. I had butterflies reading this book, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And it happened again when I reread it. I was still getting
Mhm.
butterflies. I was
But I
Same.
love that it was like woven, like this kind of the little romance was not the focus of this at all. I
Right.
love that it was like just kind of woven throughout the story, but it was mostly about Bree trying to find out what
Figure
happened
her
to
shit
her
out.
mom
Figure out.
Correct.
and
By
the
any means
magic and
necessary.
everything else. Like,
Yeah.
ugh, I love that.
I love
But I'm
how Tracy made all the characters, Bree, Selwyn, and Nick, have like their own mommy issues. Like Nick and Sel had their mothers taken away, and I feel like that really aided in their like relationship with Bree, because once they found out like, oh, this is about your mom, like, bet, like, I'll help you figure it out because I know how it
Yeah.
sucks.
Period.
Yeah. Ugh.
Ugh,
And the
this book was
fact
so
that
good.
they're like the curse on her family
Yeah.
started with, you know, the fact that her ancestor was like, hey, this, like, I did this because we had to get up out of here, but it can only be bound to one, like, woman at a time. Like, what an unfortunate curse to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she
Their
had
whole
to find
line.
everything out the hard
hard
way.
way.
But my favorite
Yeah.
parts of the books were when she was being, like, she kept being taken back. First, when Patricia's ancestors
They
took her
yoked her
over
ass up.
and
First,
was
They said,
like,
girl, you coming with me?
Get over
ripped her. She was
You
like,
got-
I thought they can't see me.
right. I thought
I
I can't see
see
you. She
you.
said, I see you. And grabbed her and took her.
The- ooh,
She was
Ju-
like, Patricia, hello.
Patricia
She
was
was like,
gone,
she-
baby.
Look, she said she's waiting for you, but we got some stuff to handle first.
She got
Got some things
yoked
to
up
show you.
twice in like one, like on some Inception shit. Like it just kept going
Yes.
deeper and deeper.
Because it
But
went
that-
back like
yeah.
3 generations.
Right.
Like,
But
she
that
went
helped
with, like,
her put
3 different.
she recalled
that's how
everything
she
that she
learned
saw
so
on her
much.
walks, and she put it together. She
Yeah.
said,
Yep.
Yeah, that's how
But
she
that
learned about
last
the extra
walk.
portal on campus
And
getting
then her
open
mom
when her mom was there.
communicating with her through the,
Oh, that
the
memory.
bracelet.
Yeah. That was one of
That
my
was so
favorite
good.
parts.
So good.
Like her
Yes.
mom basically hiding a little note for her in a memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Talking
So at least
to
like
younger her,
Yeah.
knowing she
because
would be
I was
talking
so
to older her.
confused. I was so confused as to why she would abandon her and not tell her anything.
She had
So
to
when she
hide it,
finally
though.
got that bracelet
Yes.
and she touched it and she got transported back into that memory. And that's how she also
I was like,
realized,
clutch.
how the fuck are we so strong? Like, how are they able to bind this powerful magic, this memory? Like, we don't have to sit with our ancestors and bring them stuff to no, like, it's bound to this.
Mhm.
And then she's like, no, it's more than just root work. It's bloodcraft.
Right.
Period.
She's like,
It's
Boom.
technically, we not even supposed to be doing this, but this is the burden
Yeah.
that we
But
bear.
this is
Yeah.
right. This is our
That's
family
it, we-
legacy.
It's inherited. Can't help
Yeah.
it. Which
She literally-
I'm sorry. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that she is like this, not all powerful, but the fact that she can tap into so many different types of magic because she can hold on to her ancestor. That was that was almost
Yeah.
the wildest part when Arthur was when Arthur was there, as well as
and her
Vera,
grandmother.
and
Yeah.
then of
And the
course
great-great-great
Bree's
grandma.
consciousness. Like,
Yeah,
I
because
was
she's
like,
what- she technically she has bloodcraft, is a
Yeah.
Right.
medium, and then is
Uh-huh.
also the descendant of fucking
Of
Arthur,
she's
Arthur.
the
son of
king of the
Arthur.
table.
like, come on,
Like, how is she so powerful?
I love it.
Her mind.
I just hate that
Wait.
she had like the latest, like, I just can't wait. Like in Bloodmark, girl, she about to power up. Like, girl, she really about to learn some stuff.
She's
I
about to
need
go
her to be
Super
like-
Saiyan.
Yeah,
some things
super
out.
sane.
Just to see
Yeah.
what else she can do. Because I'm like, if your mom had the if your mom had the power with like plants and stuff, I'm like, can she do plant like root, not root, but
Too?
like just her
Yeah.
botanist like energy? I'm like, I want to know because at
Girl about to
this
tap
point,
in. Turn it
I
up.
feel like she could do whatever she wants.
Well, now that makes sense why her mom was always around plants, because they use the life force, the energy from the plants to do, root.
Yeah.
Remember, what was it? It was one of her ancestors were like, do you have any plants nearby? She was like, nope. She's like, well, you'll just have to do, and then just did
Yep.
that. You know,
Mhm.
it's stuff
Yeah.
like
Killed her back. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And she was
The
like, "Oh,
powers were
she's
so
me."
lit.
Ugh.
The powers of live.
Yeah.
The powers
the
were so lit.
mythology, the powers,
Yeah.
the world building is very solid and strong. I felt like I
Facts.
was
Very.
there.
Yeah.
But like to keep it real, the whole last 25% of the book
Oh my
was
God.
like turned up. And I didn't realize it was like that big of a chunk, like reading it the second time. I'm like,
Mhm.
no, like for real, that was the last 25% of the book was like the portals was opening up, Arthur
Mhm.
was being called. She like, oh Lord, like
There's just so much
and first of
happening.
all,
there was a lot going
finding
on.
out how those portals were being opened, like
Yeah,
having
like
to go back.
that was like the beginning. Once she figured that out, then she
Lord,
went to the little gala event when she
yes.
met
Yes.
Nick's dad's Merlin.
Came and showed out. She came and showed out. Period.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
And
you
when
know she
he
was
called,
about
when
it.
Nick, I'm sorry, when Nick
Oh.
named her.
But y'all wasn't expecting that by then. Like
The
she
thing
wasn't coming
is-
for no reason.
Yeah, no, I
But
thought, I was like, he's
it's the way
going to
that it
do it, but it was
happened.
when it happened, it was like you could have
It was so
heard
good.
a
I
pin
just
drop
wish-
in there, and then they
And-
said,
I wish
What?
Nick ran it up.
The mix
yes,
of applause and boos would have taken me
Bruh.
out.
but I wanted Nick
I
to
know
shut it
they were
down.
in there calling her the N-word. I just
Yes,
Oh,
I wanted
absolutely.
Nick to be
that
like,
you-
y'all motherfuckers need to shut the hell up because
Mhm.
this is who I'm picking. And if you got an issue, come to me about it. But Nick didn't do none of that.
They dragged
No, he
her and him
didn't.
away so quick.
so fast.
They said, "Get them out of here. Get them out
And
of
literally,
here."
they had
Immediately.
like a moment in the little back room. They was kissing and stuff, and then they said, "Knock, knock, knock. Your dad wants you, Nick." And he said, "Oh yeah, like my dad wants me for
I'll be
sure.
back.
Like there's
Like,
no
I'll be
threats
back."
around. I'll be
Doesn't come
back."
And then she went
right.
tied to a chair looking at Lord Davis. Like, wait a minute now. You're that mad?
He was
He
like,
was
"Look here,
mad.
bitch.
He said, look,
You're not gonna
That's
sue
exactly
us.
what-
Why
He
are
was
her
like, "I
mouth
was
going
trying to
open?"
do
treat
what I
you
say.
nice,
right.
but you just up and did a little too much now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You came
Like
out of
that,
your
your
place.
son picked me.
That part. You lost sight of your place.
It's not her fault that she's
Yeah.
that girl. She can't help it.
She literally couldn't help it.
Can't
She
help it.
couldn't.
And more
She
importantly, what
couldn't.
was even funnier now looking back at it is like, sir, you was worried about your son being king, and he couldn't even get the knife or the sword
He
out
couldn't.
the stone
Because
because
he's
he ain't a
not
king.
the descendant of Arthur.
Well, first of all, by that point, it's the fact that Lord Davis was trying to force this. He's like, I'm gonna
yes.
keep on
I'm gonna
opening
summon
gates.
these demons.
And he's like,
Yeah.
and you know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna kidnap my son and we're gonna force Arthur out. Now look, your son's not even Arthur. He's Lancelot.
stupid. You're looking real silly.
Right? You look so stupid.
Do you know
right
how?
now.
You know
I
how
just wish I
embarrassing
could
it
have
was
seen
to-
his face.
Yeah,
I was
when he
just about
couldn't
to
get
When
the
your
sword
son
out.
is not he.
When it turns
screamed.
out your son ain't the
I would
king.
have screamed. I was like, damn, is he really that weak? And then
Yeah.
Arthur was like, move, and just went and got that sword and went, shoo, shoo, just
Left-handed
knocking
at
these
that.
demons out.
She said,
Grandma
"I'm not
and
left-handed,
Arthur.
though.
Mhm.
I'm not left-handed though." He said,
All
"Oh,
of them.
you are."
You are now.
I'm sorry, but
switch.
him telling them all to bow down.
Bro.
Bree in the background, like,
What?
that's not what I meant. Like, I
Right,
didn't
Bree was
want
like,
all
that's
of
not
that.
what I
wasn't
want.
me.
Arthur
That was
said
not
they
me.
should be bowing to me, their rightful king. Bree's
Duh.
like, you don't know what's going on, but
Bree
that's
was like,
not
"Can you
how
relax?
this is gonna
Can you
please
relax?"
work.
He really said, "Oh,
Please.
it's been so long, y'all done forgot your place."
He's not wrong though.
And they were
but
like,
you know,
he's
they were
like
they were
not
like, you know what?
expecting to bow down to a black woman. They were not
okay.
expecting that.
That was
But
a
dude,
lot. That
ugh.
was a lot. You're right. It was the last 25% of the book that just we
It just
were
popped off,
putting
yeah.
a lot of information together. We
Yeah,
were finding
realizing
out
it
old
along
secrets.
with Bree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was
finally
Wow.
getting the kind of like the truth of it was
Yes.
so
Mhm.
satisfying.
Like, were y'all screaming? I was screaming. I was really
Yeah.
like, you know how
Yeah.
like men watch sports? Like, I was like, let's go! Like, come on!
Yeah, that's how I felt watching not watching, reading reading the scene of them like
was
fighting
like
all the
watching.
demons at the end when
Mhm.
it's like a movie in your head. This is why I don't get why people say they don't read. What do you mean you don't
They
read?
don't see stuff when they read.
Right.
Baby, this is entertainment.
I was deep in this
It is.
world, okay, for like what 4 or 5 days, however long it took me to read this. I was deep
Yeah.
in there, and
I
I
just
found
remember-
myself thinking about it even when I wasn't reading, and I was like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I need to."
The
Mhm.
trees
Quit
are
my
less
job.
Just grips you.
the trees are less green, the sky is less blue ever since I
Mhm.
finished.
Now you know how
Now we know
I felt
why.
back in
Yes.
August.
Yeah,
I was
but then again, Kayla, you also said you would have been sick reading Legendborn last year with us, and then having to wait all the way until now, November 2022, is when
Yeah.
Bloodmark officially comes out.
Yes,
And it's like,
I'd
it
be
was
sick.
like I had to literally like, you had to just stop thinking about it.
Yeah, you'd
Like, I don't
probably have to
know.
kind of like
Mhm.
forget about it.
Yeah,
So
because it was just
why-
that good.
Mhm.
Shout out to our girl Imani at SNS for making sure we got that arc of Bloodmarked because I'm so ready to get into it.
I'm gonna
So
tell
ready
y'all
to get
right
into it.
now that
So
when
excited.
Aziza got blood marked, I recorded her. And that might be the funniest video ever.
Was that
And
before or after you FaceTimed us?
it was
It was
before.
Or was when
before.
you first got it? Yeah.
She
Oh yeah, you didn't see my initial
literally,
reaction.
y'all, she
Wasn't
was
expecting it.
doubled over screaming, and then it was like a
I thought I was gonna pass out.
she was literally was like, I have to sit down.
I thought I was going to pass out or throw up or maybe both because I wasn't expecting it to come that early. Like I had to stop thinking about it because I knew it was coming, but I didn't know when.
Yeah.
And then it arrived.
I remember when I was like, well, I saw it on there and I was like, what if we can get blood marked? What if I told you we can get blood marked before it comes out in November?
Thank God.
Aziza was like, stop.
Right.
Stop.
Because I was
say,
like,
what we gotta
don't
do?
I was like, don't get my hopes up.
Yeah.
Like, and then she confirmed that we could get it. So yes, y'all, we have in our possession blood marked. And I've read a little bit of it, and let me tell y'all.
Same. Okay, but minus the little
Okay,
bit that we
well,
read,
right.
what are our
So what are we
hypotheses
thinking
for
this?
Bloodmark?
Okay.
What are we feeling?
So we know that.
hoping-
So at the end of this book, we know that Bree is that bitch, aka
Yeah.
she is the descendant of Arthur. She has bloodcraft, mage flame, a medium. She can do
Bow
it all.
down, bitches.
Okay.
Period.
Mhm.
One.
She's that girl.
Two, Nick is missing. His dad done kidnapped his ass.
Yep.
Okay.
Annoying
And
ass
now
Davidson.
the regents, now they have to come in and kind of fix all of this mess because all of those portals were created, all those demons came out, they were trying to do
real
all this
hot.
extra stuff. So it's a lot of Tracy left it at a really, really good spot where there's just potential for a lot of things to happen.
Yeah.
One, it's gonna
A
take the
lot.
whole book for it's gonna take them the whole book to get Nick. I just feel it.
You think so?
I think it's gonna take
Okay.
them the whole book to
You know
get
what?
I
That's
think-
perfect. I hope her and Selwyn get close.
And it's gonna
You
be
know
awkward
they
when Nick
will.
comes back. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is how I was feeling in my heart. I was really getting like Hunger Games flashback, like what was it, Catching Fire at the end when she got Peeta back. Like, what if this man is like Peeta? What if he's brainwashed and he hates
brainwashed?
Bree and
Oh,
he's like,
God.
Stop. Well, you know, I don't think that's gonna happen because Lancelot resides in him, and
he was
Lancelot is
called-
not
he's
from
awakened.
the
King
He was
Dave
awakened.
or
right.
Lord Davis, his daddy had a very powerful Merlin that is still
Yeah.
doing dirty work for him, and we don't
It's
know
true.
what limit his power is at.
Okay. That's a good
That
point.
okay. That's fair.
That's what I'm
That's
thinking
fair.
that Nick is not
They
like
said he
once they
wasn't
get him
powerful.
back, it is not gonna be fixed and squeaky clean like that.
Oh no,
No,
we're still probably
definitely
gonna
not.
have like 40% of the book left,
Yeah.
and
hope-
it's probably
yeah.
gonna be Camland happening.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just gonna be
Yes. Well, isn't it technically
battle.
happening?
it's
now-
already
Technically,
done.
yes,
Yeah.
I think then
Because King
technically
Arthur has been
is-
called.
Right.
yeah,
So now
didn't
that
it
they're in this
start?
era of Camlin. Yeah.
Right. So now this was my other thought because I didn't know if this was supposed to be a trilogy or if it was supposed to be
A duology.
I don't know what the word for
Mm.
thank you, a duology. Now if it's a duology, because Bloodmark is kind of thick.
I think it's a
y'all.
trilogy.
bigger.
I think it's a trilogy because they
I
would have
think it's a
said.
trilogy.
I
duology
thought it was a
with the
trilogy
second book.
too.
Yeah, I think it's a trilogy.
It might even be 4 books, y'all. I don't think she capped it out yet.
Tracy, just
Stop.
keep
Tracy,
writing.
Tracy, if
Stop
you
it.
could
Right?
also
Stop.
Tracy.
give us a flashback book.
I would love a prequel.
I
The girlies would eat up a prequel,
would do
Tracy.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give us a period
that's what
piece,
it is, a
Tracy.
prequel.
I'm
Like,
We
I
need
just
to
want to
add
see
her
how
to the
this
step
gift
list.
was passed down through all those different eras and how the people who had it or her ancestors who had it would have dealt with it, or like what did they use it for?
Yeah.
Well,
They had a
you
little bit
know
of that in
how
the
they dealt
prequel,
with it.
in the
They
prologue.
were constantly rushing.
Yeah,
Yes,
That they did, Alex.
but I'm just so
We want
interested.
You
more.
want
I
more
am.
where
I
you
want
don't need it.
more.
I would love, like, you
No,
know how
and
they
that's
talk
the
about the
problem.
history
You'll
of.
always want more.
Well,
Well,
I'm just saying, if I put it out in
we
the
can just
universe,
ask. We
maybe
can
it'll
just
happen.
ask. If she says no, then we just have to deal with it, and I'll just have to keep reading
I don't want
Legendborn over and over.
We could find some fan fiction.
Well, now the fact that
Wattpad.
Bree is a medium,
Wattpad.
I just in Bloodmark, I want her to meet more of her, you know, her
Ancestors.
line, because she
Yeah.
is the warrior of her line. She should know more
Period.
about each and every person, because they, you know, did
Oh,
all
like
what
the
they did
Avatar?
for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like Avatar, like you need to
Yeah.
like really
Yeah,
tap in,
like meeting with your past lives.
Past
to
lives,
make you
correct.
stronger.
I want to find out. First of all, I want Bree and Cell's relationship to develop a lot more openly.
Mhm.
Like, you don't need to mix and mingle and sprinkle it in, Tracy. Just give it to us, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not focused on Camlin, okay? Because bad things are gonna be happening anyways.
That
I
should
need
happen
to
every
focus on
day,
the
B.
good. Right, that's what I'm saying. Nick is gone. Damn, like, we're gonna work on it, but while we're working on it,
We could see
let's
what it
see
do,
what
what it do,
happens
baby.
here.
Right.
Exactly. So that's what I would like to
Okay.
see. And obviously,
That's
I
fair.
want to see her development of, like,
Her powers.
her root
herself.
craft, and maybe
Yeah.
see if
Mhm.
she can fix this. Can she figure out how to keep the power but get rid of the curse, or give the power, just
Mhm.
something.
She just has
That-
to level up.
I'm
She
very
really
scared.
needs like a Rocky scene. She needs that scene where she's just training and getting her shit together for the main
Correct.
fight, for Camlin, like for the battles that are coming. Cause girl, she ain't out the woods yet. She literally just walked into the woods.
Yeah.
She's still gotta
Yeah.
like walk.
You know, these
through
white people
and
are gonna
out.
give her more problems. Which
Ugh.
I'm glad Tracy included like some of the microaggressions and like blatant racism.
Oh
because,
yeah,
you know, like
Absolutely.
that was so
realistically,
necessary.
that's exactly
Yeah.
what would be happening. Absolutely. Actually,
Mhm.
it might be a little worse.
It would
Honestly.
be
But she
worse.
did give us a taste.
Yeah,
so
it was pretty tame.
They would have came and got her in the middle of the night.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm
I mean, that's
surprised
how
she
they
didn't
were
write it in more, but it
Even
felt
when
really-
she first got picked up by the police, that literally
Yeah.
that first chapter, I was
Oh,
like,
weird.
"Ooh."
yeah,
I didn't
My
like that.
stomach, I was like, "Oh, I don't like this."
Mm-mm.
at all.
But
But
yeah,
for
no,
her
they
being, you know, a
definitely.
16-year-old girl going up against these racially charged groups,
Yeah.
Mhm.
she really is holding it down. Like you,
Mhm.
And so
she's
brave.
so brave. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's just
very
so brave.
Well,
Right.
and because
She was
her
like, I'm doing it for my mama.
her
Yeah.
little core group that she has, like the ones who weren't obviously booing and being upset when they found out that she is Arthur's descendant, like they're pretty solid.
I
Correct.
just hope she don't get double crossed again,
Mhm.
y'all. Like she
Yeah.
really
I
wasn't
can't do that
counting on
again.
Evan doing that shit. Like
I
I
know
just
if
don't
can
want.
handle
I don't
that.
need William to double cross her. Like I don't. She
I
don't
don't
trust
think he would.
Thor.
I don't
William,
think.
that would break my heart. If
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
William would do that. Like, I feel like he's a really solid, dependable
It's like
character.
ally to ally,
Yeah.
you know? Like
Yeah.
he's a part of the
Exactly.
LGBTQIA.
Ally.
Bree's black. Ally.
And that-
right.
That was the other thing. She very seamlessly just inserted like a non-binary person in there.
Yes.
Oh,
with their
yeah.
Love that.
pronoun.
Love, love, love.
Right. It was just
And they were
so
correctly
good.
gendered
There were-
throughout the whole book.
throughout the
Mhm.
entire book, even
Yeah.
when someone was referencing them,
It
which
was
I really
they,
like, because I was
they,
like,
them.
you know what? I don't know what this character looks like really,
Mhm.
Haven't a
and
clue.
I'm
I'm all right
super
with it.
fine with that.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't
Right.
take away, from the story at all. She had a couple lesbian, like queer couples in there, because
Tor
weren't
and her girl.
Tor
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
Tor and Sar
Sorry.
were together,
I'm sorry.
and
but
then stop. I know you
Sar-
hate that nickname.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Or is it Sarah? Like
Is it
for
Sarah
Sarah?
Sar? Maybe Sarah. I don't know, Sarah.
Sarah
I
Bear.
switched back and forth.
Sarah Bear.
I was like,
think
just
it's
maybe.
maybe extra Sarah.
Maybe it's Sarah.
Her mama named
It's
her
Sarah.
Sarah.
Them two
Sarah.
were together, and then William and his boyfriend were
Mhm.
together.
Mhm.
And
Oh, and then Alice is bi or a
Oh, and then
lesbian.
Alice.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
thought
girl,
she
I
was-
don't remember that.
thought she was a
Because
lesbian.
she had asked her about, I don't know, some
girl in
Some
a
girl.
something.
yeah.
I was
It
like,
was hinted at. It was just all very organic. It
Yeah.
wasn't the character's like
So
entire
progressive.
identity, but it was like a nice aspect. I thought that was great. I really enjoyed reading that. Again, also with not that I enjoyed reading the microaggressions, but I was like,
At least
been
it
in
was
that
real.
situation
Right.
before. Like, yeah,
very
We could
like
relate.
even in this world of fantasy, it wasn't overdone, but it was like,
Yeah.
no, I definitely get what she would be going through, especially because at least from the cover, they gave her skin that you can tell, like, this is a black.
This is a black girl.
Okay, y'all. This
Mhm.
is a black person. She's not going to be, like that. Oh, what are you? Like, no, she's black. So I enjoyed it. I thought this was obviously an excellent book. I'm absolutely obsessed.
Yeah.
Can't wait for
Can't wait to keep it going.
Blood
So
Marks.
what's everyone's
Cannot
rating?
wait.
Okay, well, hold on. I was gonna say we can count off like 1, 2, 3, and then everyone put up their fingers.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Okay. On the count of 3, everyone's gonna put up their rating. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 5 stars.
Nice.
Woo! Yeah.
Absolutely.
good.
5 stars.
Because
Five out
And
of
even the
five.
reread was good.
that's good.
Exactly.
Yeah, when the reread is good,
That's how
it's
you
really
know.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm proud of us because we've been really picking like a good amount of
Good.
5-star reads, and I'm really happy because I think this is our first 5-star YA read because the other YA books they
Yeah,
were
they weren't
they were
necessarily.
they were,
True.
they were
Right.
okay. They were okay. Yeah, but
Yeah,
this
no,
one is really the
this-
best one for sure.
This is masterful.
I just
So
love
like
how
the
she
way
has-
that I'd be comparing every historical fiction to love songs,
Love songs.
I'm
This is the
comparing every
standard
YA
YA.
like fantasy
to
to
this.
this. If
Yes.
it's not this, it's not 5 stars. Period. Sorry.
And there you have it, folks. A 5-star read.
Yeah.
Shout out to
10 out of
Ziza.
10, def recommend.
Yes,
If y'all
thanks
want to get into
Ziza
some YA,
for
I know, don't think like, oh, it's too old. Girl, it just came out in 2021.
Like, right now,
know.
read it.
and
please.
And then you'll be
Bloodmark
you'll be ready to go for Bloodmark when it comes out. in
Yeah.
November.
drops
Woo,
November.
exactly.
Which we will definitely have an episode on that. So
Stay
stay
tuned.
tuned.
All right. The Reading Black Girls are signing off once again. Thank you for being here with us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.